Good morning and good luck. And welcome back to Good Luck with Gino. I'm your host, Gino the Ghost. And here we are, Monday morning, episode 28. We made it through another tumultuous weekend. And you get to start your week off the right way with me. I want to thank you for tuning in to Good Luck this week. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I need you to hit that like button, leave a nice comment, 5-star review, and share it with a friend or family. If you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, because once again, I look immaculate. We got the tennis chain on, playing tennis on my neck like Serena, the pinky ring from St. Jules, the Tony Soprano Rolex. We got the Woods on, the Cartier Woods today from Spencer Shapiro and Cartier. And we got this cool hat that I got in a boutique in Korea. Now, oh yeah, anyway, if you're listening on YouTube, right, the whole reason I was saying that, if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and tell me what you like about my fit today. Okay, now, the reason I'm wearing a hat and the reason I was a little late to today's episode is because I need to fire my barber. And my barber is me. It's time to fire myself because I fucked my shit up today. I mean, I'm going to just give you a little preview. I was trying to like line my shit up a little bit. And I like, I was like, lining it. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, that's not good. So then I tried to fix it. And I was like, and then I fucked it up a little bit more. And then I was trying to fix that mistake. It's like when you're painting a picture and you like kind of like get a little smudge in the sky. And then you're like, oh, let me make that into a cloud to try to fix it. And then you fuck the cloud up, so then you got to make it a bigger cloud. And before you know it, you just got to shave your head and start over. Now, fortunately, I'm Italian, so my hair grows back in about 47 seconds. So maybe by the end of this episode, I'll be able to take the hat off. But, I think it would be good to switch it up for a change and throw a hat on. I used to wear hats more, and I got an insane hat collection. So maybe we bust it out now and then. I'm going to Miami tomorrow. So it's good that I shaved the head because it's going to be hot as fuck in Miami. I'm going to Miami. I'm working with a very large Latin artist, which I can't say on camera. It'll just be a surprise when you hear it on radio. But we're excited. We're going for 4 days, working with Sony Latin, my dear friends, Sony Latin. And that'll be a lot of fun at 5020 Records. Let's get into the week, yeah? Shall we? We got a lot to cover today, and we're just going to dive right into it. So first things first, Jada Pinkett Smith cannot stop emasculating Will Smith. I mean, she cannot go a day without just humiliating her loved one, right? She's on another one of her My Husband is a Huge Loser and We Actually Hate Each Other tours. And let's just play the video that's been circulating the interweb.
Haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. What is going on right now?
My wife's name
out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Kris, look.
So she's going on this tour talking about the infamous Oscar slap and just can't help but be like, yeah, I was really confused, like, why my husband called me his wife. And I was looking around like, Will Smith is like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And Jada was like, who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? I mean, can you go 5 minutes without embarrassing your husband or talking about Tupac was your soulmate? I mean, in every interview, she A, clowns Will Smith, B, talks about how her and Tupac were soulmates. And then how he, in her book, she writes that he, like, proposed to her in jail. Like, let that man rest in peace. Tupac is up in heaven like, damn, can you not? Oh, my God. I'm so fucking sick of hearing about Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Everything I've ever learned about their marriage has been against my will. I don't give a fuck about the interminglings of their relationship, okay? Oh, man. Like, why don't women realize that when you talk shit about your man, it's a bad look on you. Men too. Like, men, if you talk about like, or like your ex, my ex cheated on me, she was a hoe. Like, my ex is a hoe. My ex is a fucking loser. Like, dog, that says a lot about you. That's a bad look on you. And every time Jada Pinkett Smith goes on one of these tours where she's like, yeah, Will Smith and me, we don't fuck with each other at all anymore, really. And like, I don't even love him anymore. And our sex has been trash. And that's why I fucked August Alsina. Like, that does not look good on you. It's not a good look. Look, I mean, we're not going to blame her for Slapgate. You know, we're not going to sit here. I'm not going to be like the misogynistic guy that's like, yeah, it's all Jada Pinkett Smith's fault. Like, no, you're a grown-ass man. You made a choice. You know, and Chris Rock, he said a lot of things. He's culpable too a little bit. We're not going to blame her. But goddamn, we have moved on, Jada, and we don't care. Okay? You leave Red Table Talk to the people that watch it, and the rest of us don't need it forced down our throats, you know? Anyway, look, this isn't a relationship podcast, so we're going to move on to more important news in the world. I know you guys would love to hear me sit up here and just talk about that kind of stuff, but we're not going to do that. We got to talk about the world ending, don't we? I mean, that's why you listen to Good Luck, and that's why the show's called Good Luck, right? Because the world is spiraling to impending doom, and good luck, everybody. We're all along for the ride. So today, the first stop on the Armageddon Express, Sam Altman, who is the founder of ChatGPT and OpenAI, had an interview with Forbes, I believe, where he's talking about his future with AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and how he envisions the future, and I'm quoting him, to have the intelligence level of a, quote, median human that you could hire as a worker, which suggests that AGI could potentially replace average individuals across various professions. Now, the term median human is hilarious. Dude, he said median human just so casually. And it's funny because, let's be honest, we all know what a median human is, don't we? When you hear median human, you know exactly what he's talking about. Now, the term median human, although funny and refers to just like the average Joe regular degular, is kind of a dangerous term when it's spoken by the head of the largest AI corporation in the world. Median human is funny if I say it, because I'm me, and I write music and I host a podcast, but when the head of the most powerful technology and artificial intelligence is just muttering it casually in conversation, we start to get a little worried. And why is that? Because it kind of just implies a statistical average, which reduces the complexity of human capability to a quantifiable measure and just kind of reduces humans to like numbers that AI can just easily replicate. And it raises questions about the nuance of human intelligence and experience, right? Like AI may be able to achieve median human level performance, right? In some capabilities, like, yeah, they might be able to code and do things like that, but true human intelligence encompasses more complex aspects that aren't easily replicated by machines. You know what I mean? Like if you've done 20 years in the field and you know that this thing can't do this, and if you do that, you could fucking, you know what I mean? Like there's just things that there's complexities within most jobs that AI can't replicate. Now, that being said, yes, we have and will continue to automate a lot of tasks and positions probably, but you can't just simply quantify the median human and just be like, yeah, well, AGI will be able to replace it. You know what I mean? And it's dangerous and it's scary because these guys, these head of these tech companies like Sam Altman, like Mark Zuckerberg, here's a hint where we're going later in the show. These guys have a love affair with technology. And they're enamored with the possibilities and the amount of money that this tech can produce. It consumes them. And they lose sight and overlook humanity because of it. They spend all day at work and off of work thinking about what this technology can do, all the amazing possibilities. And there are many, and it is great. But this love affair, this asphyxiation on this thing and this rat race to be the top dog has these motherfuckers like, they are just not even thinking clearly. It's like a guy. Let me think of an analogy. It's like when a guy is horny and doesn't have self-control and he's just going for whatever. You know what I mean? You know that fucking like that manly instinct that you don't relieve without post-nut clarity? That's what these guys are, but with technology. AI. You know what I mean? Just on the fucking hunt for AGI agents and automation. And it's scary shit, dude. We got to get these guys on a fucking leash, dude. And on that same note, speaking of Mark Zuckerberg and in more Black Mirror news, have you guys seen MetaAI? Probably not, because I'm so goddamn early on everything, right? And that's why you come here for the news. MetaAI just rolled out their AI celebrity chatbot influencers. And it's a literal Black Mirror episode. It is IRL the Salma Hayek episode from this season of Black Mirror, where they're using celebrity likeness, training AI models on celebrity likeness, both voice, mannerisms, facial, body, everything. And then they've rolled out these AI versions of themselves using Meta's Llama 2 technology. I'm going to play a couple clips. Again, you should be watching on YouTube because the visual really is. But if you're listening, you can still get the idea. So here's the first one. And it's Kendall Jenner, but not Kendall Jenner.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I just want to introduce myself. I am here to chat whenever you want. Message me for any advice. I am ready to talk, and I hope to talk to you soon.
I mean, that's some good technology, isn't it? That looks, sounds, acts, is Kendall Jenner. If it walks like a Kendall Jenner and it talks like a Kendall Jenner, it's a Kendall Jenner. But it's not Kendall Jenner. It's Billy. Here's another fucking creepy one. This is Tom Brady.
Me? I'm Brew. And if you're looking to talk sports, you come to the right place.
Me? I'm Brew. And if you're looking to talk sports, you come to the... So, okay. That's alarming. And what's creepier, well, weirder, is that I don't know if it's fully rolled out yet, but you go to their profiles on Meta, on Instagram, and you can chat with them. And they're AI chatbots that are trained on them, right? So obviously just trained on years and years and years of interviews. I had Illmind on the show several episodes ago. Illmind, who's a mega producer and a great friend of mine, he's got his own chatbot, an Illmind chatbot that's trained on him. So what's really cool is like, yeah, if you're an aspiring artist or musician or producer, or whatever, you can interact with this chatbot and you can ask questions about producing and music and how do I get, all these stuff. And it's like you're talking with Illmind, and that's really tight. What's weird about this is it's not them. So like Tom Brady AI, this guy Brew, like you're talking with an AI that looks like Tom Brady, but it's not Tom. It's supposed to be a different character. So they're creating an online persona, and they have a Chris Paul one, and it's like a golfer. And Kendall Jenner's supposed to be just like, I'm a girl, I'm a girl. And then they have a Mr. Beast one that's like supposed to be a comedian. And he's like, he's just a slap happy, funny bro. And it's just like a little like, it feels like, ugh. Like it feels cringy because it's so hyper realistic. But the content and like the chatbotting, the chats that you're getting from these things are really cringe and weird. And they sound like ChatGPT. Like even though they're trained on them, you just can't like there's no way to replicate or there's no way to erase the corn that comes with AI right now. You know, you're ever like, hey, Chat GPT, tell me a joke, or hey, and it's just like corny, like not funny late night TV comedy. You know what I mean? So anyway, these celebrities, don't feel too bad for them. They're making fucking bank. Some of them are reportedly have been paid upwards of $5 million for their likeness for every 2 years, right? And it's a step towards exploring the role of AI in entertainment and like potentially transforming how fans interact with celebrities and brands. So like, you know, if you're a huge Paris Hilton fan, most people are never going to be able to talk to Paris Hilton in their life. But you can talk to this AI that looks and talks and walks like Paris Hilton, that's trained on Paris Hilton. Now, even though it's not Paris Hilton and the AI isn't even named Paris Hilton, the idea is you can use Paris Hilton's likeness, if you're a company like Meta, license it, monetize it, and Paris Hilton gets paid. That's mailbox money, you know? She's making money without doing anything, just by being famous. And we will see more of that from companies who want to use influencers or celebrities. Maybe instead of paying them and they got to fucking fly out to New York and film the thing and do the thing, you can just use their likeness and use AI as this technology gets better. Right now, this isn't good news or bad news for influencers yet. You need to get in front of this. You need to, I'm telling you, and every time we talk about AI in this show, I implore you, start learning it, big or small influencer, human, whatever. Median human, from median human to big to small, right? You got to get in front of it. There are plenty of influencers and creators who are much less famous than these celebrities who have made bags and found ways to monetize their likeness. Doesn't mean you got to go out and be a virtual girlfriend like Karen Marjorie, but there are ways to make money. And there will be way more that are going to pop up soon. This is just kind of like, you know, we're just obviously like any trend in technology, the big people start first. The big money comes first, right? So, okay. This is a perfect segue into our main topic. And the reason it's a perfect segue is because I put it together, right? And I don't do things by accident. It may seem like things are just falling into place on my show. Whoa, how did we trip and fall into this segment? No. This is fucking carefully and meticulously produced. I don't just produce hit records. We produce hit podcast episodes and hit viral clips on the Good Luck Show. So today's main story, now that I've done jerking myself off, the main story is the loneliness economy. MetaAI is Meta's newest endeavor into capitalizing on the loneliness economy. So what is the loneliness economy? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Motherfuckers are lonely today. 3 out of every 5 U.S. adults are lonely. That's more than half. That means 3 out of every 5 listener on the Good Luck podcast is a lonely fuck. Now, fortunately, you have me, right? And I can keep you company, at least for 1 hour a day, a week. But loneliness has obviously been trending upwards. It's been trending up and to the right ever since our dear internet was invented. For many reasons. Why are we so lonely? It can be traced to a few things. Well, it can be traced to a lot of things, but the main things that I've thought about is what I've called the evolution of third places. Now, third places is it's coined, it's like a meeting place, right? So a third place is like there's this home and then this person's home, and then the third place is the meeting space outside of home and work, right? So most third places today are online. Social media, group chats, DMs, social gaming platforms. You know, me and most of my homies, We hang out on PS5. We hang out on, Warzone and Elden Ring and fucking whatever games we're playing. 2K right now, even though it sucks. Things like that. And these gaming companies are creating social communities like 2K, like Grand Theft Auto, where you can just go and hang out. Minecraft, Fortnite. And so the third places going digital is a huge factor. But then, speaking of those two places, home and work, I mean, when you look at work, for example, that's a huge one. The workplace is for many a pillar of belonging. The rise of freelance work and the gig economy in the last decade and the emergence of virtual workplaces since COVID have been super damaging to loneliness. Now, it's dope to be able to work from home. There's parts of the gig economy that are cool. You can make your own schedule. You can work whenever. You can work from home. But the problem is the workplace is a community. And even if you hate your fucking coworkers and you hate your fucking job, there's usually a couple of people that you can tolerate. And like not having that camaraderie of hating your job with a coworker, it leads to loneliness. Versus sitting by yourself on an app, waiting for your next ride or delivery to pop up and hating your fucking job by yourself. I know that sounds like I'm oversimplifying it, but it's that simple. You don't have IRL interaction and intimacy and bonding moments with other people. And then obviously you look at friendship, right? And digital interaction. We live in the age of attention competition. The creator economy has expanded competition for attention globally, transitioning friendships towards these like parasocial, empty relationships. And back in the day, people would vie for attention from their friends and family. And now, myself included, because I have to, we are vying for attention constantly, every day on the internet from complete and utter strangers who don't give a fuck about you. And most of your actual connections on these social media platforms are people you don't even really know. And you don't actually even really give a fuck about that much. There's people on social media that like I've been following for years and like they'll do some shit. They'll like fuck up or they'll like die or they'll like, fall, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, unfollow, goodbye. Don't care, over it already. Have mentally moved on. And that's most of it. I mean, I've met with a bunch of influencers sometimes like online that I've been friends with forever. And sometimes those relationships are really, like those meetings are dope. Like I just met with Scumbag Dad. It was super tight. My boy Connor, we hung out. We went to, dinner together, chopped it up. Super cool. Like there are instances where meeting with these like your internet friends is tight, but we met in real life. And most of the time you don't ever meet these fucking people. And just commenting on each other's stuff and liking each other's posts, it's empty. It's shallow. And when all your energy all day is going towards entertaining these people, you know what I mean? Now, I'm running a podcast. I'm doing a show. So, like, yes, I'm trying to entertain people that don't give a fuck about me and entertain the masses, but I'm also trying to blow my fucking show up and make money and make bags. You know what I'm saying? And pop off and become an icon and have a fucking sick show, okay? But a lot of stuff, there's also stuff that I've put out that is just for nothing. Like I'm just trying to get attention. And that's everybody, constantly, all the time. Now, fortunately, I have real people in my life that I can actually engage with. And I have, a loving family and a loving girlfriend and friends that I see in real life. And I work in music sessions all the time, so I'm with people all the time. But most people don't have this. The majority. And then obviously a lot of people do, but they're still fucking lonely. Obviously, the thing that everyone's going to say is like, your serotonin and your dopamine from getting likes and social media. Yeah, that's obvious, and we're not going to touch on that because, we don't got to beat a dead horse. You know what I mean? I want to talk about some loneliness data. There's been a notable increase in loneliness. 15% of men, as of 2021, have no close friends, which is a 5x increase from 1990. Men, fellas, I know it's hard out here because a lot of men, 15% of men don't have close friends, a 5x increase from 1990. A lot of guys don't got girls either. And we're going to touch on that. The changing landscape of romantic relationships today has obviously has created more loneliness. Swipe culture has fucked the game up. Swipe culture in the internet today has totally destroyed dating for most people because, between swiping on dating apps, between swiping on dating apps and swiping on social media, looking at the best face-tuned versions of the hottest women that you'll ever see, bro. Constantly, all day. It's created this horrible shift in romantic relationships and intimacy and attraction because you have not only these crazy hyper standards of women, but you also are just seeing so many different flavors all the time that there are men in happy, committed relationships that are being torn to shreds. They can't, they're being pulled by the devil. The devil is in their ear. Hey, look at that girl. Yeah, your girl's fire, but look at that girl. I know my girlfriend's going to listen to this. Fortunately, your boy is immune to this kind of stuff. Do you know why? Because I'm Teflon. Men, we need to be Teflon. Okay? Anyway. All this swiping, it just leads to emptiness and unrealistic expectations from women. And the commodification of intimacy and potential implications, of loneliness are just, they're parachute. How do I word this? They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? We're going to cut that. Okay. Anyway, I just said a bunch of fucking word salad. That didn't make sense. Look, we're all big adult babies at the end of the day, and we need that intimacy. We need IRL closeness. And a lot of men who aren't getting that begin to malfunction from within when we aren't getting that intimacy. You can only get so much intimacy from looking at hot women on your phone and playing a Pied Piper. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just look at incels. These motherfuckers go on mass shooting sprees. Now, most men won't go do that. However, a lot of men are having mass, shooting sprees from within because they're lonely. And so companies like MetaAI are creating these virtual influencers and embodying the likeness of familiar celebrities for now only to offer a semblance of connection for individuals. But this is just the beginning. You understand? Someone like Mark Zuckerberg knows damn well about the loneliness economy, and he wants to capitalize on it. So if you think this is the first and the last type of thing we're going to see, get used to seeing online girlfriends, online companions that don't look like celebrities, just AGI influencers from these companies that can act as intimacy companions to capitalize and monetize on this loneliness. You're going to see it. I'm letting you know right now. Virtual companions only scratch the itch of loneliness. And that's the fear. People are going to start clinging to this stuff because they're lonely. They're going to start jumping on online girlfriends and online companions, and it's going to scratch that itch a little bit. but it's only going to make the gaping hole larger. As some become dependent on AI for companionship, and as it gets better, as the technology gets better and the AI gets better, the real life intimacy gap is only going to increase. And if you think motherfuckers live online now, I mean, just wait. Folks are going to spiral into loneliness and give up on IRL interactions. I mean, it's going to be the movie Her in real life, everywhere. Not just dating technology, but relying on them for companionship, and it's fucking dangerous, man. And the terrifying part is, again, these tech giants know that. They've been collecting data on your loneliness for over a decade. And that's what they're training these AIs on. Your loneliness. Celebrities' likeness, your loneliness. Into this perfect mosh posh of give me your money. And it's scary, man. I mean, this deep fake technology in general is really scary because obviously we talked about it last episode, but you're seeing deep fakes being used for scams. And like, while this shit is kind of cool and there's going to be cool ways that it's used, there's a lot of ethical considerations. Data privacy, consent is a big one. I mean, once this technology gets good enough and widely accessible, like, you know, motherfuckers are going to be training AI on their ex-girlfriends and deceased loved ones to make, like, you know what I mean? That's creepy shit, dude. And probably illegal, and it needs to be illegal. So, like, hopefully, I think it is illegal, deep fakes, but I don't know, man. We're going to see a whole new category of crime rise up. We've already seen AI scams with the Mr. Beast thing last week, you know, and people calling with, like, your daughter's been kidnapped and this is her voice, and it's AI and it's fake and people are getting fished out of money. Just wait until revenge with deep fakes comes out. I mean, it's fucking horrifying, man. And our only defense against it, the only thing standing between AI chaos is blockchain. The only defense against a deep fake takeover in the age of misinformation is blockchain. It will be the only way to verify what's real and what's fake. You can't rely on the government to tell you what's real and fake because they can manipulate whatever they want. You can't rely on these major companies because it's all centralized and they can manipulate what they want. Blockchain is a public ledger that verifies everything, that is impossible to fake. It's immutable. It's there forever. And today we're going to dive in to how the wonderful world of Web3 is going to save the day to wrap up our episode. Now, Web3 is not an if. It's a when. It's called Web3 because it's what comes after Web 2. Okay? Now, I know that people think that crypto is a scam, and there's a lot of scams in the crypto space, as there are in many emerging industries, right? But equating the entire ecosystem to a scam or to scammers is a gross oversimplification. Okay? Many credible financial institutions, brands, tech giants, governments, people are investing in integrating crypto and blockchain technologies. You cannot ignore it. Okay? It's not it's not a Ponzi scheme, okay? Like a Ponzi scheme is when you getting returns to early investors using capital of new investors rather than legitimate business. That's not what this is. That's not how it works, okay? There are Ponzi's in crypto like there are in all financial institutions. You know, you can't oversimplify the technology and the utility just because Sam Bankman-Fried fucked a bunch of people in FTX. Do you know what I'm saying? Because some NFTs are rug pulls. You just can't, it's an oversimplification. Denying crypto in Web3 is like calling the internet a scam in the 90s. Okay? So I want to talk about, like, you know, how crypto has impacted me and how I think, there's a lot of people that listen to this that are music people. And I think giving real world examples can help paint a picture of why crypto is important and how it'll play a role in the future. So, look, I know that crypto's been a buzzword, and it's surrounded by hype and skepticism, but we're going to talk about music in crypto. We've kind of touched on it before, but I want to just kind of launch a segment on how the future of music is on blockchain. And guys, we're going to do it with our first ever sponsor. That's right. The Good Luck Podcast has secured its first sponsor. And it's one that I really rock with and connect with. And it's a big deal because I'm excited about what they're doing. And yeah, let's just jump into it, yeah? I'll cut that part. Okay. So I've partnered with my friends over at Kraken to help put aside the flashy headlines for a minute and highlight the imperative of understanding crypto in our rapidly digitized world while demystifying crypto, right? The main aim here is to demystify crypto for you guys. And I think to start, I want to talk about what smart contracts are. When you look at Ethereum, it's driven by smart contracts. Ethereum is a network, and smart contracts are essentially digital contracts on that network, on the blockchain, that are coded to automatically execute terms when certain conditions are met. So a traditional contract, we agree to something, I sign something. Once my work is done, I got to wait for you to pay me. And I got to trust that you're going to pay me. And if you don't pay me, I got to fucking sue you, and it's a whole thing, right? With smart contracts, payment and delivery is built into the contract. That's why it's called a smart contract. So using smart contracts, artists, songwriters, producers can be paid immediately upon the execution of specific terms. I still haven't been paid from labels from work that I've done 2 years ago. Def Jam still owes me 10 grand. Okay. Conversely, I recently did the music for a Web3 gaming company, and I received funds immediately upon sending in the work. I sent in the final song, I got paid instantly. No, we're waiting on accounting. No, net 90. No, bank transfer wait time. No bullshit. And that's an incredible use case right there. If that was the only thing, that'd be enough for me. Smart contracts. Gino does the work. Gino writes you a hit song. Gino delivers the hit song. I'm paid. No one's got to chase down anybody. It's done. Not only can crypto facilitate value between artists and payment, but crypto can facilitate direct transfer of value between artists and fans. Look, in the age where the superstar is all but dead in the music industry, artists don't need to achieve star status to have great careers anymore. Music releases powered by crypto are a great tool to build a community around your superfans and incentivize them for being fans and being early and supporting you. For example, I did a song called The Other Side with a virtual artist named Angel Baby, and it did over $125,000 in volume on OpenSea. There were only 50 music NFTs. We only released 50 music NFTs and did $125,000 in volume. The crazy part is that the holders of these music NFTs received them for free just by being early supporters of Angel Baby and me. So just by being an early fan of Angel Baby and Gino the Ghost, you got a free NFT that many sold for thousands of dollars. Many still hold them. But, the people involved in the song made the equivalent of 10 million streams in royalties. Because again, with royalties, you make 0.003 cents a stream. Okay? We made the equivalent of 10 million streams with 50 digital collectibles. Yeah. Uh-huh. And many of our supporters made more money just by being an early supporter and a fan. They made more money than I've made from writing hit records just by selling that music NFT to other collectors. You understand? The craziest part about it is that in the future, as this podcast becomes the #1 podcast in the world, and as Angel Baby becomes a massive virtual artist, and Hume grows as a company, those might be worth even more. Now, this is an investment advice, not giving you financial advice, not giving you investment advice, but I'm just trying to show you what music NFTs can be for both the artist and for the fan. I mean, imagine if you had the first edition music NFT of an artist like Olivia Rodrigo or Doechii before they exploded. You know what I'm saying? Not only would you be stoked because the value would go up as the artist got more popular, but you would be directly incentivized to be a walking billboard for them and try to make them bigger. You create superfans and you incentivize the superfan. Again, today in 2023, superfans are underutilized. And the Web3 crypto music space solves that problem. And as an artist and a producer and a writer, not only is it exciting for me, as a professional who, especially when it comes to royalties. I mean, man, let's talk about royalties. Today, if I write a song and it's released, I don't get paid for over 3/4 for my royalties from PROs. I got to wait almost a full calendar year to get paid. With crypto and smart contracts, every time a song is streamed, purchased, or sold to somebody else, the smart contract is triggered and an instant payment is sent to me and all my collaborators. I mean, imagine a world where, we don't have to wait to be compensated for our work. Anytime this music NFT, the other side, is sold, I get paid my royalty instantly into my wallet. Everybody involved gets paid instantly. The producer, the developer of the contract, the company, the label, everybody. Boom, 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 instantly. Don't got to wait 3/4. And smart contracts can be programmed to automatically, again, split amongst all stakeholders. Everyone gets their fair share without delays, no disputes, from anywhere in the world. There's a global reach. It's just, the possibilities are endless. And I think, today in the music industry, it's so lost, and it's the fan to artist connection is completely missing. And this is the missing piece. We've already seen it. Rising artists have, upcoming art. I'm obviously like a big songwriter and producer, but as an artist, I haven't been releasing music like that. I don't have like crazy amounts of monthly listeners on Spotify. But the fact that I've built a following of people who fucking love my music, and if I want to release another music NFT, I know that through my collection of loyal fans and super fans, I can make more money than I make from writing a hit smash record. I mean, it's crazy. And it's all powered by crypto. This is not possible without it. Do you understand? And so to call it a scam, or to say that blockchain is, a fad, and to call NFTs the Beanie Babies it's lazy. You need to do the research. I mean, look into. You think you know more than all these major governments and tech companies that are investing and integrating it into you know more than BlackRock? You know what I mean? Anyway. So look, I don't think the killer app exists yet that changes the music industry forever, but I do know that it's just a matter of time, and it will be powered by crypto, and it will be powered by blockchain. So if you want to tap in and start your crypto journey, do it with Kraken. Signing up is super easy. You just create an account on their website. I'll provide a link below for you to get started. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help steer the ship for you, and tell you how to get started. And I want to thank Kraken for sponsoring this segment. Again, I love talking about this stuff anyway. And they've been a great partner, true and true on this. So, and look, I want to thank you guys. Not to get emotional for a minute as we wrap up the show, but the show has been growing so fast. It's been really cool. And, I started this, we're 28 episodes in. I've been doing, my life has been consumed with music for over a decade. And to now have a platform to talk my shit, and people that want to hear that, that's fucking tight. So I want to thank you guys again. And look, there's going to be plenty more ads is all I'm saying. And I want to thank you for that. Yeah. And together we will take over the podcasting world and dethrone Joe Rogan and fucking call me baby. What is it? Call me. What's the name of the fucking show? Call me. What is it? Call me. What is it? Call me baby. Whatever the fuck that show's called. Fuck, all those fucking shows. We will be number one. Before we go, and now that I can get off my fucking my tears of joy sob story here, we're gonna do everyone's favorite segment to wrap it up. The FOH HOF. And this week's Fuck Outta Here Hall of Fame inductee is it's his second time on. And once again, these clips, the people love these clips, and I'm just going to give the people what they want because I'm a man of the people, right? I'm a whore for the attention economy, as we talked about earlier. So let's just dive right into it, yeah? What the fuck are you talking about, entrepreneur bro? Kris Krohn.
I'm up at 4 a.m. From 4 to 4:20, I do a book on double speed, so I'm listening. At 4:20, I'm on the treadmill with my wife, and we're doing an active meditation together for 40 minutes. It includes a reverie where we're basically aligning the pharmacy of the body to over-dopamine the mind by gratitude, serotonin the brain, and then we shift into Mind Palace, which is 20 minutes of co-creating our best bodies. 5 o'clock, we then hit the weights.
Hold on. That's the biggest word salad I've ever seen. He just threw, that's a lot to unpack. I feel like we got to go through this brick by brick, yeah? First of all, anytime an entrepreneur bro does a morning routine, it always starts at 4 a.m. All these motherfuckers say that they wake up at 4 in the morning. And if they do, you're a psychopath if you wake up at 4 a.m. You're nuts. Okay, let's dive into this.
Up at 4 a.m. From 4 to 4:20, I do a book on double speed, so I'm listening.
Okay. I do a book on double speed. I'm listening. So he listens to a book, I think an audio book, on double speed. Can you even take it? Do you even take in the book if you listen to it on double speed? The alchemist went through the, and he came and then he jumped and the cat in the hat went about to stab and then he went through psycho behavior.
4:20, I'm on the treadmill with my wife, and we're doing an active meditation together.
You're doing a meditation on the treadmill? How do you meditate on a treadmill? Are you sitting on the treadmill while it's just beneath your ass? Breathe in. Breathe out. Or are you like jogging on the treadmill? Breathe in. Those feel counterintuitive. How do I don't think you can meditate on a treadmill. I don't think that's even possible. It's like, yeah, and then from 4:30 to 4:50, I play soccer while sleeping. From 5 to 5:30, I fast while eating food. It doesn't make sense.
Active meditation together for 40 minutes. It includes a reverie where we're basically aligning the pharmacy of the body to over-dopamine the mind by gratitude.
Making up words, making up stuff, just adding things together, just playing Scrabble. Playing Scrabble. Dude, what the fuck did you just say? It includes a reverie where we're basically aligning the pharmacy of the body to over-dopamine the mind? Huh? What are you saying, Kris?
Reverie where we're basically aligning the pharmacy of the body to over-dopamine the mind by gratitude, serotonin in the brain, and then we shift into Mind Palace, which is 20 minutes of co-creating our best bodies. 5 o'clock, we then hit the weights.
Mind Palace? We shift into Mind Palace, which is 20 minutes of co-creating our best bodies. What the fuck does that mean? Dude, what is Mind Palace? Co-creating our best Are you playing Mr. Potato Head? Co-creating our best bodies. Are they on Facetune together, just making their ideal bodies together in the Mind Palace? Dude, what's going on?
Bodies. 5 o'clock, we then hit the weights. That happens between 5 and 7. And then between 7 and 8, that's my time with my wife. Between 8 and 9 is an hour with our kids after we shower and get ready, where we're doing breakfast and life lessons. And by 9 a.m., the day technically hasn't started yet, but everything that was important to me is done.
I get an hour in with my wife, and then an hour in with my kids, and then I just fuck off for the rest of the day. And that's all they get. Okay, kids, from 8 to 9, you'll have time with your father. And then, good luck. Dude, so before 9 a.m., he has read a book on double speed, meditated on the treadmill, performed Mind Palace with his wife, where they shape-shift their ideal bodies and play make-believe, worked out, and then given his kids an hour of life lessons and an hour with his wife doing God knows what. And now it's 9 a.m. And now he can go work for the next, I'm sure if this guy tells it, until 2 in the morning, where he goes to sleep for an hour and a half and then wakes back up at 4 a.m. I got to say, Kris is a national treasure. I got to meet. Okay, my goal for the Good Luck podcast is to get Kris on the show. We got to get Kris on the show, because I got to just do tell me it wouldn't break the internet, We got to get Kris on the show. And that's our goal. So, guys, that's going to do it for Good Luck this week. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm off to Miami. We'll be back next week. Might have a special guest, might not. Remains to be seen. But I want to thank you for tuning in again. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you've liked it, make sure you shared it, and put your reputation on the line that it's an enjoyable show. If you're on YouTube, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you've liked, and make sure you've left a nice comment. And everybody enjoy. Go find a MetaAI companion to cure you of your loneliness. And until next week, as the world crumbles beneath our feet, thank you for listening to Good Luck. Good night, and good luck.
Good night and good luck. You smile and say goodbye to me, but I don't give a fuck. You hop in the Uber, off to your future. Good night and good luck. You try to play your cards with me, but I'm calling your bluff, 'cause it wasn't enough.